Matron, take them away.
Morning, guys. We're looking at the BlackBull account this morning, and I actually made a mistake on it, corrected it, gone back in, and it's actually in my favor. But I'm going to take you through what it is I'm doing and why I'm doing it. So let me just flick the screens on, and we're going to pull up the bull spreadsheet as well. Let me just find that for you. What you got to remember is, guys, everything I do is live. There is no real edits in this. Right. There we go. Okay. So, I'm absolutely knacked this morning. And I actually put in a $5 a point instead of 50p a point at the moment. Because we're at 50p a position. And well, let's just say I was a bit dumb. But these daft things happen. But it's actually worked in my favour in the sense to give me a little bit of money to move with. Now, at the moment, I am £3 against me. But I'm just looking for it to surge down and give me a few quid. Now, I actually only need £2.50 for the day. And that $5 that I dropped in actually did it. Now I'm just going to adjust the target. I'm putting the target. Let me switch that auto scroll off. There we go. I'm targeting just to brush the bottoms of these. And it's what's called a morning surge. It happens every morning between 7 and 8. The market just thumps. And it thumps up and it thumps down. And I only want a few pips. So that's what I'm going to do. Now the mistake was a bugger. Because I could have just said, okay, I'm going to take my $3.99 and call it a day. The reason I've carried on is because that was in and out in seconds. Because I realised that I put a $5 on instead of 50p. And I just pressed the button. Now, if that was a loss, I'd have accepted that as well. It was a mistake. It was a big mistake. And I'm glad I did, because it pushed down and pushed straight back up again, which is a nightmare. So just for fairness to myself, I thought, well, okay, what I'll do is I'll re-enter the market for myself. And that's kind of what we're looking at here. So let me build up this profile for you so you can see exactly what it is that I'm doing. So first of all, I'm going to put in that mistake and acknowledge that it was a mistake. Okay, so it's $3.99. Which was in there, and then I'll build the rest of this up. Oh, hold on. Oh, it's too early in the morning. 56002. We're up to, we do 5%, so I can allow it to go $3.99. I'm actually really tired this morning. Very, very tired. I'm tired in general. Working a lot. Right, and it was a fat finger trade, killed ASAP. Okay, so what I can do now is get hold of that, copy that, just drop that into there. Well, I'll tell you what, freeze that off. So we'll just freeze the pane so it don't move. Pull that up there, and then that's the correct thing. Okay. I'm looking at the morning surge. Okay. So, boys and girls, that's in play. We can now see what we're doing. So I've got plenty of money to play with today. I only need to get 254 in order to move, and this is advancing up. You know, it'll not be long. That'll get to 60p. And when it hits 60p, I can increase my bid size. At the moment, it's at 50. So where we're at. So we're looking at a profit of say £3 in the red. Now let me get my coffee, because we all know Scruffy likes it coffee. And we'll let this play down. So my day target is 254. So that'll get me, well, that's like £6. So that's 3 times more than what I need. So where did this all come from? Now, you can analyze on this chart. Now, as you can see, it's nice and easily laid out. It's very clean. I only need the market to go to there, so I'm not going to push it any further than it has to go. But I do all my analyzing here. I like to use my web trader, and it doesn't matter if you're using spot gold or pairs, because the shape of the market will be identical. The speed of market is obviously different, but I do all my analyzing in here. So that works everything out. And just if I flick this, and I'll show you the shapes of market, you can see the shape. So that's the hourly. If I drop it back to what we're actually working on, which is this, which is a BlackBull hedge account, and I start scrunching this up, it's the same shape, okay? But this one has all of my marks in it. Now, if I get rid of all of these, I'll be able to show you where these come from. So it's currently running 140. And this particular account, if you want to come along with the journey, is we all build it in the squad, and we start with £200. And the idea is just to build it slowly over a period of time. Well, mine's gone from £200. It's now at 560, as you've seen. And the figures are getting bigger and bigger every day. Okay. So if I'm looking at an hourly like that, let me just open this up a little bit. And I want to see where potential entry exits are. I want to take a fib from the last major move, which was there, and then drop it in. Right, there we go. That's well over target. It's come through. I could kill this at any time now, and I'll be fine. So I've got a level here that I can work to. I've got one there which was an entry point. So you can see we entered on that line, and we're moving down. Get this onto there. All of these can be entry exits based on the last major move that we saw. Now I'm going to kill this off for no other reason that I've done what I need to achieve, and it's pushing. So that's it. Well, I'm going to carry on filling these in for you, just so you can see them. And if it moves down, these are your extensions going that way. And it'll also be my extensions going the other way. And the good thing with a fib tool like this, if you've got it made out similar to how I have it, you can have it so it sets your stops and everything for you. Okay, right. So we'll have to sit in some heat again a little bit. Should have took the £3 when it was offered, but I didn't. I was talking to you lot. So again, tiredness has taken over. No good. But we can see. But once I've got this in play, if you look at the daily, it's shot up. It's now pushing back on itself. Gold's odd at the moment. It is starting to recede, but there's still a lot of pressure to the upper ground, and you can see that strength in Bollinger Bands and stuff like that. I think gold is quite dangerous at the moment. But if we look here, it seems to be pushing down some, so maybe. Okay. Might even just surge and get down into here, which I've got a funny feeling it might, but because I'm doing a daily build up, and what that means is I'm looking to achieve 254 per day. Now at the moment we are doing that and then some. We are well ahead of the game. You know, caught the surges with the news, things like that. And then away it goes. Bollocks, it's rattled away. Okay, so come on, down you come. Give it a little bit of beans. Well, I'll tell you what I'll do. It might take it half an hour or so to come back on itself. I'll just pause the camera a little bit and I'll come back to you when it's done. Okay guys, just been watching this. It's hit a tag point. I've actually added an extra order into it. It's a little bit dangerous, but I think it's worth it because I've actually got money in the bank from the mistake I made earlier on, so it's not as bad as it looks. If I push this out to the hour here, we can see it's hit a tag point, which is here. Now that tag point, whether you can see it or not, is just a moving average. It's come up, it's tagging that on the hour, getting ready to push back away from it. So I'm using the profit from the mistake to re-enter the market, to come down. If I'm wrong, fine, I'm wrong, but it's still in the premise. It hasn't gone up close to near where my daily allowance is anyway, so I'm not really fussed. And I can now use that to push down. Very simple. And what happens is one starts paying the other one off. Nice and easy way to do things. Now, if I drop it down into 5 minutes, I can monitor it a little bit more closely. And then there you are. So it's just a pullback up to that area and then come back down. And I'm just going to capitalize on this. If I get a red mark here and a blue mark there, I'm fine. And as long as the one at the bottom has a profit in it, again, I'm fine. What this is just a form of damage control that I use, staging. Now, on small accounts, it gets a bit harder because you haven't got a lot of room to maneuver. But with a big account, well, you can do what you want with it. Make a fortune with big accounts. Well, not a fortune with big accounts, but you can make decent money. In fact, I've done okay on my main prop. There you go there. There's 771 done this morning. I can live with that. And why? Because that account's bigger than this one, so obviously the numbers are bigger. But this is where I want to focus. I want to focus on doing this because it's what you guys would be dealing with. And then you can build up your accounts to have a big account. So it's coming down into play kind of now. As you see, it's dropping in. This morning surge comes most mornings. Can be a bit brutal. We have in the bag 3.99, and we're coming down onto, well, it's 2 quid, 1 quid, 40, 50p. Give it a little bit. It'll start running into profits. Just a quick reminder of what those profits are going to be. We are looking for £2.54. So as soon as it gets past that point, we'll look to start closing this off and just accept what's going on. Okay, so just pull that out the way. Fill in the second position just so we can see what we're getting. Just like so. Use our profit to enter. Okay, we're going to kill it off. Now, there we go. So the job is done. There's your history. Now, it looks, you think, ah, bloody hell. But it's not. There's method in the madness. Let me show you. So we've got a minus 510. And we have a positive 805, which cleared off that loss. Right. So I'm happy with that. We have increased that balance now to 56696. I am done with this account for the day. Okay. Now, some may like this sort of way of doing things, some don't. Personally, I don't care. It's just mine. You know, do what you want. Don't bother me. But what I've done is I've used a staging point to pay off something because I had confidence in the trade. And you see me do it over and over. The trick is not to let it get there. That is the maximum. I only ever want to be about halfway there. But it means if I hit that, I'm only going to lose 5%, which on the grand scheme of things is doable. I can kind of survive that. It's not a problem. But we've increased 566. We've done more than our daily target. I don't need to go to market no more. We are done. Nice and simple, nice easy way of doing things. And I'll do it again tomorrow. And that's what this is all about. See, it's happened before. You know, get in, stage it out, ba-bum, ba-bum. Fine. You know, March. Well, March had 100%. Didn't lose a score on March. February, 78. Similar situations. You lose, you hedge in, and you get out. If that's what you call it, well, staging. And then there's the summary. It's growing quite well. And I'm now looking to use madness positions in one thing and another. So April's shaping up all right. We are well ahead of the game. In fact, I only really need to do £1 a day. If I do £1 a day, I'm still ahead of the game. Something for you to think about. So that's that. Early morning. I'll keep doing these things. BlackBull's excellent because when you've got a small account, you can really capitalize on the money because that's 500 to 1 leverage. And it's one of the few that'll give you that. And it's protected with licensing, which is why I use it. My web trader, the one where I do my analyzing, it's too expensive to run a small account on. You've got to have decent money in it. So if you've only got small money, use BlackBull. You've got the leverage, you've got all of the products, and it's there. It's a good link for it down in the description as well. Give you free education, all that sort of stuff. So as always, guys, trade well, keep your risk managed, but above all, do what you love, and the money will follow. See you all in the next one.